Welcome everybody to another edition of our masterclass preview. I'm super excited that you are hanging with us today. There's already 9 of you on the live. I can't believe that. I don't know what brings you to this space, but we are super excited that you're here. In fact, I'm so excited, I'm gonna actually swap out glasses because I'm just that excited today. All right, so we are excited for all of you that are with us today. In fact, I am actually playing with a new toy, so I'm going to adjust some things and tweak some things slightly. Got a new camera. That's what the new toy is. Let me see what we got here. Jim Lawyer is with us. Hey, Jim, I'm excited to meet with you. We've got a meeting on the books here real soon, so excited about that. Thank you for being with us today. Always good to have you. And then I see Demolition News is here. It says very jealous of that countdown screen. Oh, man. Listen, I love being able to share different things as we go live, as we do certain things here on the channel. And I'm glad that it is inspiring to you. I'm pretty certain that in short time, you're going to have one for yourself, Demolition News. So I'm excited about that. And so excited about that. Let me go to my channel. I'm trying to bring up comments on my phone so that I can actually be in the chat with you, because you know that's a whole thing. And it's always wild when you go to your own channel and there is an ad to skip, which is pretty cool. I like it. I like it. Greetings to you as well, Gary Jones. Thank you so much for being with us today. Truly appreciate you coming and hanging out. One of the things that we talked about yesterday, 2 things we talked about yesterday. First was knowing your audience. The second was positioning your brand and product. Positioning your brand and product for success. Knowing your audience is super critical. Understanding who they are, their ebbs and flows, the ins and outs. When you're putting together a launch strategy, knowing your audience is super critical. And we were using a definition of launch yesterday, a couple of definitions, and I wanted to read them to you. An act or instance of launching something, right? An act or instance of launching something. That's the noun. The verb was start or set in motion, an activity or enterprise. Start or set in motion, an activity or enterprise. That was another one. But this is the first definition. If you look it up, this is the first one that comes as set, and in brackets it says a boat in motion by pushing it or allowing it to roll into the water. And I like that first definition. So what we're talking about this week, of course, is we're preparing for our launch strategy demystified masterclass. And as creators of every sort, you are always launching something. So we want to make sure that we understand this concept of launch, right? Immediately what comes to mind is Star Trek. As a Trekkie, I'm thinking of NASA. As a former NASA employee, I'm thinking of, the space shuttle launch, that countdown and ignition and the lighting of the afterburners and, all that fire and combustion and the rocket that's shooting into space. All of the things that have to happen for that launch to happen is a great mental picture to have as you're thinking about launching your product, your service, your channel, your content, your podcast. It's not just that they went out there and launched it, clearly, right? They had to do some prep work. They had to understand what their end goal was. They needed to know sequentially what needed to happen first in order for them to launch that shuttle, that spaceship into space. They had to go through a process, and it's no different for us, right? The simple definition here talks about setting a boat in motion by pushing it or allowing it to roll into water. That in and of itself is a launch strategy. So what would the equivalent of pushing or allowing your podcast to roll into prominence, for it to be unveiled, and you've created some suspense and some expectation, and you've done the legwork to the point where people are actually asking you, when is that thing coming out? Launch strategy is very much that. And I want to be clear, even what I'm doing this week, these 20 to 30 minute live streams that I'm doing every day is in preparation for the masterclass on Friday, March 7 at 10 a.m. Central Time. That's 11 a.m. for my folks in the East. That's 8 a.m. and for my folks out West, where our guest presenter is going to be Stephanie Garcia, and we're going to be looking at launch strategy demystified. And if my moderators are in the chat, I'd love for you to be able to send folks to what is it called? kirkrnugent.com/masterclass. So that's where we are. That's what I want to make sure we have that picture in our minds. And in order for us to launch content, coaching, classes, maybe even a challenge, maybe a small group, launching your book, your consulting services, whatever it might be. If you're launching merch, if you're launching gear, if you're launching a channel, a podcast, a new take on a particular thing, in order for you to launch those, I'm saying, first of all, you need to know who you want to speak to. You need to understand them, sometimes better than they understand themselves. You want to understand the second and third level reasons why someone might come to your content. First level is the question you answer. That's the direct value that you provide. Second, third level, what are those? And understanding those things helps you to create a strategy that reverse engineers from the point you want to be at. So you want to be at 500,000 downloads per month at your 6th month of your podcast. How do you reverse engineer that? It's about that launch strategy that's going to enable you to get to that place. And so understanding who your audience is critical, but then also putting your product in its best light, positioning your product in its best light for success, positioning your product and brand in its best light for success is going to be critical as well. I see Darius O'Kane has joined us. Good afternoon to you as well. Great to be with you. Thank you so much for coming last night to Incubator's Couch. I know we were a little bit late in getting started, and so maybe you weren't able to catch it, but hopefully you're able to catch it on replay. We did give you a cool shout out in the show, because you were one of our winners. Tora, who was our other winner, won the t-shirts. She also shared during the show that her shirt came in. So I'm hoping that you guys get a chance to check that out. And I want to thank every one of you, including my moderator, Florence, who is in the chat doing her good work. And you can see that link there for the masterclass. Hey, Florence, your membership star has changed to red, which means you've gone to another level. I think that's so dope in terms of our membership here. Camille Nash is with us as well. Says, hey, good morning / afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us. So our first two things we talked about yesterday was know your audience and then positioning your brand, positioning your product for success. Today, we want to talk about who are your key stakeholders and how do you make a timeline, right? Create a timeline is today's, topic. And the timeline is going to include understanding who your stakeholders are. Stakeholders, in business terms, if you were doing an MBA, they talk about stakeholders ad nauseum. If you're doing a project management professional certification, we talk about stakeholders, and then even some will say key stakeholders. But in this case, we're not looking for key stakeholders, we're looking stakeholders general. Who are the people who have a vested interest in this thing? And why would they have a vested interest? Because they are going to benefit from it. Whatever value you are providing with the thing that you're launching, they stand to benefit from it. They stand to benefit from it. And because they stand to benefit from it, they're the ones most interested in getting access to that thing. And because you know that those stakeholders are people that you want in your beta group. Oh gosh, those stakeholders are people that you want to kind of tease and say, hey, just for this smaller group here, this is something that I'm looking at doing. What would you want out of such and such and such? See, in terms of the launch strategy, the entire process of creating the product or the service would be part of your launch. And because you know that you're going to use these pieces at other points in your timeline, you can take that and parse it out. I'm going to use the feedback from my beta group as testimonials for my landing page where I'm selling this service, where I'm selling this product. I'm going to use the feedback that I got from my beta group, from my beta testers, to tweak the product, to tweak the service to make it that much more aligned with my stakeholders. Understanding who your stakeholders are, bringing them into the process early, super critical for launch strategy. And then that helps you, once you have those pieces, you know who your audience is, you understand what this product or service, where it sits in your brand, where it sits in your product lineup, and then you understood your stakeholders, you understand, you've gotten that feedback from them. Now you can create a timeline. All right, my beta group is done. In 4 or 5 months, I'm gonna launch the actual product. And what does that launch look like? See, creating that timeline, having a date in mind. This is another thing that I often do in coaching. It just irks me sometimes when I talk to folks and they're like, I don't necessarily have a timeline. And you're like, how do you not have a timeline? What do you mean? Okay, so when do you want to launch it? Well, didn't really set a date for that. If you don't have a date to launch it, then you definitely don't have a timeline. And so a lot of people here, they get really bogged down in the weeds of, oh, I got to make sure I have time for this and this and this. No. The most critical thing you need in terms of a timeline is when the launch is. What day is the launch? Once we know what day the launch is, we can go backward. Okay, that means by then by this date I have to have this, by this date I have to have this, by this date I have to have these. And you can parse that into time, actual activity on your calendar that you have to get done in order to reach that launch date. And your timeline is super critical. So understanding your stakeholders. How do you pitch your stakeholders? How do you ingrain your stakeholders into this process so that they feel like we did this? And I don't want to say that, I'm not saying you should create a scenario where you're manufacturing this affinity towards your brand and affinity towards your product or service you're about to launch. I'm saying that needs to be genuine. It's got to be genuine that your stakeholders, your community, your close folks who are providing you feedback and helping to tweak the product and make it even that much more better, they need to feel like they've got skin in the game. One of the things I like to do with my stakeholders is I like to give them an affiliate link where they can help, they can be, as they're in conversation with folks like, yeah, I did this with Coach Kirk and that program helped me to get this. If that person signs up, I want them to sign up using my stakeholders link. I want them to sign up using that person's, because I want them to get credit because indeed we did this together. Understanding your stakeholders, who they are, ingraining them into the process, ensuring that they know they're part of this is critical. Secondly, what day do you want to launch? That helps you to reverse engineer, that allows you to put your timeline together so that you have what you need. I want to go to a quick video promo. I know 13 of you guys are on the live. I want to go to a quick video promo. I'm looking this way because my screen is over here. You can actually see some of it, but I want to go to a quick video promo, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to chat with you guys in the chat a little bit, and I'm going to get out of your way. Here we go. For the content creator, podcaster, YouTuber, blogger, course creator, coach, author, and even consultant, we're always launching something. Bro. Could be your channel, your live show launch, or even podcast launch. Could be your course launch, or you're launching a coaching program, or even launching membership. Could be you're launching your book, a challenge launch, or even a merch page. Countless times, I'm sitting in a coaching call, hearing the work that has been put into a product or service or content, and have to ask that dreaded question, what's your launch strategy? All too often, that question is met with confusion, a made-up answer on the spot, or an actual launch plan that drastically misses the mark. I'm super excited to share that on Friday, March 7th at 10 a.m. Central Time, we're having our free monthly masterclass. This time it's titled Launch Strategy Demystified, with guest presenter Stephanie Garcia, veteran marketer, remote producer, live selling host, and product launch strategist. In this class, you'll learn what a launch is and who needs it. You'll learn launch fundamentals and mindset, and hear a case study that Stephanie will share from a recent client project. Again, that's Friday, March 7th at 10 a.m. Central Time for the Launch Strategy Demystified free masterclass. I'll see you there. All right. Listen, we wanted to make sure that we get that out there for you guys, hoping that you guys heard the promo there, and I'm hoping that you guys are planning on coming for the masterclass. These masterclass previews are meant to leave you with, some expectation. They're meant to leave you saying, okay, I can see now where launch strategy fits in my overall lineup of things that I need to know, tools that I have in my toolbox. And so I'm going to make sure that I'm here. I'll make sure that I'm present on Friday for the masterclass, and I hope that that is you. And if you're catching this on replay, go ahead and leave me a comment in the chat below. But if you're watching this live, let me know if you have any questions around what we've talked about thus far. Yesterday, talking about audience, knowing your audience, and positioning your brand and product. Today, talking about the stakeholders and creating that timeline. What is the date of your launch? And I'm excited about all of the above. I'm excited about you guys being here with us today. 11 of you guys are on the live, and we know that you could be doing anything else, but we thank you for coming and hanging out with us today. Let's get a couple of comments. All right. So I see Kerwin Bornell is with us today. I'm having to modify my comments a little bit. I don't know what happened to it. It was fine earlier, but anyway, we'll get it. So he says, yes, I'm first. Yes, you are, sir. Thank you so much for being here. Demolition News talked about being jealous of that countdown. I love that. Jim Lawyer is with us today. Gary Jones is with us as well. Darius O'Kane is with us as well today. Thank you, Darius, for coming and hanging out. Hey. Florence Donald is with us today. Equip Institute, always good to have you. And she shares the link for the masterclass. It's right there in the chat. It's also in the description of the video. If you're watching this on replay, you can hit that up. In fact, I'm going to showcase that page in just a second. And then Camille Nash is with us as well. Thank you to each and every one of you. 14 of you guys are on the live right now. It never fails that when I'm getting ready to land, which I'm going to land in about 5 or so minutes, that people have questions. So if you do have a question, if you have something that you want answered, please don't hesitate to ask. I would love to be able to engage with you in that way. This is my website, kirkrnugent.com, and then on that website, as we scroll down, we can go to these three. You have these three offers, I guess they are. That's what they call them in Kajabi. But anyway, the third one here is enroll in the masterclass. And when you click on that, it's going to take you to the masterclass page. And on that page, you have the video that I just played a second ago. But then below, This is supposed to be white, y'all. I don't know what's happening with this with the background. Why it's completely gone. It's transparent right now. But you have the masterclass. There's a counter on the page: 2 days, 21 hours, 38 minutes, 44 seconds, 43 seconds, 42 seconds. Then you've got the video itself, where you can watch. And then, of course, you have Don't Miss It Masterclass public replay, only available for 24 hours. And I do want to make that clear. The Masterclass is only available for 24 hours. So it is free. And if you attend live, you can watch it on replay for 24 hours. And then it goes into the vault in the Workers Warehouse, where members have access to all the masterclasses for lifetime. And you'll see several of the masterclasses, previous masterclasses below. The only one that we decided to make publicly available forever is the Become a Sponsor Magnet Masterclass, which was this past month. And we had a great time with Justin Moore as our guest presenter. Okay, I'm going to catch some comments here. Looks like we got a couple of comments. Yogi Latin is here with us. Haven't seen you in a little bit. Thank you so much for being with us. Replay, it's been around. I am revamping and studying the EV Mux and incorporating Go Brunch. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know why my comments are coming in really weird right now. So let's see if we can get that fixed. Let's get that right there. All right, let's put that down, put that back up. Yeah, that looks better. No timeline needed to click like today. I already clicked it. Thank you so much, Equip Institute. Florence always on her job, on her P's and Q's, as they say, getting it done. Thank you. So yeah, those are the pieces. And it looks like you guys don't have any questions for me today, which is fine with me as well. And so if that's it, then that's it. What I want to say is this, man. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about, tomorrow I'm going to do a live unboxing actually of a new product. It is actually a product that launches today from Shure. It's a new microphone from Shure that launches today. I am going to put out a short today on that product, so look for that on the channel. Tomorrow we will unbox that product and test that product. It's a great new microphone that integrates with one of their existing systems, but it is a microphone that we already had before that we can now use with this existing system. It's just a whole thing. So I'm excited about that, and hoping that you guys can come and hang out with us tomorrow. In addition to our normal coaching corner and the unboxing that we'll do, the live audio test, that's a new product that just launched today. We will also have our third installment of our masterclass preview, where we'll be talking about marketing strategy and promotion content. Marketing strategy and promo content. Marketing strategy and promo content. That's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. Monday, we talked about knowing your audience and positioning your brand and product. Today, we talked about the stakeholders and timeline. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about strategy, marketing strategy in particular, and promo content, which is a critical piece of your marketing strategy. How do you get that promo content? What is that promo content made up of, I wonder? Maybe I already shared some of this in today's masterclass preview, but I hope that you'll come and rock with us tomorrow as well. Family, it's been a good one. I don't want to stay too long. I've got a lot of stuff I need to get done. So as you can tell, I'm in the work studio today. I'm looking to see if there are any other questions or comments. I don't see any. So with that being said, I want to thank you for your time and attention today. Listen. On this channel, we hope to share with you resources, content, step-by-step guides, tutorials, practical training, right, around content creation, live video strategy, for those who want to grow and engage an audience, funnel clients to their business, establish themselves as a thought leader in a given space. We just believe that live content and content in general is one of the quickest ways to, cut down the amount of time it takes for somebody to know, like, and trust you. And you can use that know, that like, and that trust in whatever way you see fit, right? And I'm hoping that it's genuine. I want to be clear on that. You can use that know, like, and trust to be able to serve them better, right? To put out content that's more aligned with who they are, and to have them bring you in as a speaker, bring you in as a consult, bring you in as somebody that they are interested in working with, or for them to just watch more of your content and your videos and have that go viral. So that's one way that you can use it. But for maybe you're a person of faith, maybe you're a counselor, maybe you're somebody who has had a very dramatic and indelible impression experience in your life. And you're saying to yourself, I want to ensure that no one else has this experience. I want to make sure that I can help others avoid this. I can teach people from my experience. Maybe that's where you are. But well, one of the ways that people are going to be able to know you, like you, trust you is with online content. It never fails. It never fails. It never fails. Whether you're a nonprofit, whether you're a content entrepreneur, whether you're using this for marketing, want to funnel clients to your business, whether you want to be on stages and at tables, on podcasts to be able to speak. In order to do that, people need to see you as an authority figure in your space, and that's what content does like nothing else. I go by this mantra that going live changes lives, and the life that might change could be your own. I also believe that your live stream is your digital storefront. No better way to go from busy and broke to peaceful and paid than for your ideal customer or audience member to see you do your thing while live. And I'm hoping that during these masterclass preview sessions, you're able to kind of see some of the puzzle pieces fitting together. You're kind of getting a window into how it all works. That's the tagline for my channel. And you're able to see how you can take some of what I'm doing and apply it to what you're doing as well. Free masterclass on Friday, March 7th at 10 a.m. I know that's 11 for our East Coast folks, 8 a.m. for our West Coast folks. And I'm hoping they're going to join us. It's your boy Kirk Nugent, the Geek Speaker Preacher. Thankful for your time and attention today. We'll see you around these internet streets or in the next video. Grace and peace, fam.